101.9 FM with me, Nitrebi Hammond. We get into a conversation today. And today we're talking about something very important. I mean, something that affects all of us. We're talking about AI. And I'm joined by somebody in the space who is doing some amazing stuff in there. He's going to share his thoughts with us. All right, like I said, we're talking about, we're trying to pay attention to AI this morning, and I believe it's something timely and very thought-provoking. And our topic this morning is AI as assistant, not boss. How to use AI without losing your mind or skill. Now, as AI tools become part of our daily work routines, many of us are asking that, are we using them wisely, or are we slowly outsourcing our thinking? Now, joining me is Julius Owusu, who brings deep insight into how we can embrace the benefit of AI while still staying sharp, creative, and in control. Now, he works with Cactus Talent, and they are upskilling Ghanaians in education, government, and all of that to do a lot more. He'll tell us a bit about that before we get into the conversation. Julius, you're welcome to the Business Breakfast on
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Yes, we're doing a lot of work right now with individuals, with businesses and government institutions, trying to upskill Ghanaians. So AI is a major part of the transformation of the world right now. And we're trying to make sure that Ghanaians are not left behind. And so it's about upskilling them in using AI in the right way, understanding which tools to use, and just embedding it into their everyday life. So we're on that mission. It started off very well. Aside that, Cactus Talent prepares people for work outside of the country as well. So we've been doing that. It's been going very well. If you've seen my social media, you can see a lot of the work that we're doing, and you know, it's very positive right now.
Great. So you're the best person to have this conversation with, because you're helping people learn how to use AI and all of that. And so, well, let's get into it. But let's start from here. In your own work, tell us how AI is playing out in your personal life and also your professional life.
So for me, you know, you see me here now, but there's actually two of me here, right? So when it comes to how I use AI, I've got an assistant with me at all times, right? Everything I do, from negotiations, from my thinking, from my planning, I use AI to do that. I probably use it maybe in a more sophisticated way than other people. I upload documents, I do screenshots, I do voice recordings, so many things to allow it to help me to think faster, right? So it's not replacing my thoughts, but it's an assistant for me to speed up my own personal workflow, help me to prepare for things, just so I'm a bit more productive and more effective. Because as you can imagine, I employ quite a few people. I've got a family. I've got all of these things that I need to be able to be prepared for at all times. So from a personal perspective, that's how it helps me. From our business perspective, our company is changing. It's changing rapidly. We have AI agents working with us now, right, on our marketing team, and there's going to be more coming as we go along. So right now, there's 3 AI agents working alongside the humans, again, to help to make sure that we are working in a more productive way.
I see. Now, we all know that AI has exploded across several industries. We can talk about media, we can talk about healthcare and all of that. Tell us, what are some of the unique tools you have seen in your space, AI tools?
I think from a creative space, we've got Canva AI. From an engineering perspective,
what does that
so
do?
Canva AI. So most people probably know Canva,
Canva
to design and whatnot.
And all of that.
Yes, they've added all the AI tools to it to allow you to design a bit more effectively. Not only that, there's something called MCPs, which basically connect Canva to things like Claude AI. So Claude AI is it's like ChatGPT. It's like another version of ChatGPT, but more engineers use that at the moment. But now you can connect Canva AI with third-party solutions, just to allow you, again, to work a bit more effectively. So I see the future as, you know, we'll have things like AI agents built in an organization who are using Canva AI, and they're also posting on social media. Even from the beginning, they're writing the scripts, you know, and that's what we have now. We have AI agents scanning the internet, writing scripts for us, and then we have AI actors producing videos for us.
No, you have to break it down. that's a lot to
yeah.
chew.
So from our marketing team, our new AI agents that we have 3 AI agents.
Okay.
One of them comes up with marketing ideas for us on a monthly basis. We've given them a topic. That agent goes on the internet, scans what is happening on the internet, comes up with relevant ideas for us, writes scripts for us. It emails me, it emails our marketing manager telling us that there's new ideas there. We also have another agent that watches TikTok videos. It's watching TikTok videos for the most viral content, and then it's writing scripts similar to those content that it's seen that has gone viral, and then again it's putting it all on a Google Doc and emailing us saying there's new scripts here. With those scripts, we've got AI actors who produce these videos that the other agents have written the script for, and these videos look very good. I'll show you some of the videos. We are then using those videos to run ads on the internet for people to see our product.
Interesting. So AI is not just about ChatGPT.
No. Think of it like this. When the internet first came out, we had Google. All of this time we've been using Google to search for things, find images and whatever. ChatGPT, as you see it, is the basics, right? It's like us searching on Google. That's what it is, right? It's the core basics.
Yeah.
But what is going to happen is that, and what is happening now is that there's multiple millions of products that are going to be built on top of ChatGPT. Also incorporating other third-party tools to allow us to just have these amazing new products that are going to come out, you know? So ChatGPT is the basics. It's the absolute basics.
So you're using ChatGPT, you've not gotten anywhere at all.
At all. But you've got somewhere. Where we are today, you have got somewhere. If you are using it on a day-to-day basis, and it's not taking over your mind, you have got somewhere. Because that's where the world is. We are all in a place where we need to learn how to use it. I just got back from London a few weeks ago. I got there's still people there who are not using ChatGPT. They don't know what it is. They don't know how to use it.
Really?
You know, yes. And that's why I think we're in a very important stage in the world as Ghanaians that we need to learn it now. We need to catch up and be able to be leaders in the space from an African perspective, you know, and that's why I'm on this journey to ensure that Ghanaians don't get left behind, because there's a new industrial revolution happening right now as we speak.
And we need to position ourselves better too. Well, let's. You were talking about the kind of work AI is doing in your work, right? Yeah. Tell us about it. If you weren't using AI for those things, I mean, watching TikTok videos, trying to write stories and all of that, you would have probably hired somebody, a human being, to do that, isn't it?
In 2020, between 2022 and 2023, we had probably 50 something people in our organization, 50 people in our building.
So
today,
now,
there's 15.
15 people.
15. There's 15, right? For various different reasons. Our product offering has changed, but mainly because AI has come. It's disrupting our industry. And I think, you know, we can build a multi-million-dollar company with 10 people, probably less.
I see.
If we're using the AI tools in the right way, as they develop and we are developing and we are building our company with AI as we go, we can build $1 million company, you know? And I think where you want to be is learning now. As the tools are developing, you want to be learning now. You don't want to be a company that now everything is developed. Now you're rushing to, how do we put AI in? Like, it doesn't work like that. And we've seen it before. You know, when the internet came, social media, just 5 years ago, COVID, a lot of companies didn't even have social media. They didn't even have a social media page.
That's true.
So when people couldn't go out, they were struggling. Some people didn't even have websites. You know, they were struggling to make sales, you know, but the companies who had adopted social media, had websites, they were still making sales. In fact, they were making more sales than ever because everybody was at home. Everybody was on their phones. And the same thing is going to happen. If you're a company today and you're not implementing AI with your employees, with your products, you're going to get left behind. This time it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse than the pandemic. That's how dangerous this whole thing is. It's going to be worse than COVID.
I see. Very, very interesting. All right. So hold on for me. Well, if you just tune in, this is Business Breakfast on Zedfm101.9 FM with me, Nitrebi Hammond. And this morning we're talking to Julian Owusu. He's with Cactus Talent, an organization that is training several Ghanaians I mean, getting people to upskill in AI and all of that. And he's helping us understand how we can use AI without losing our mind and without losing our creative edge and all of that. You can join the conversation on 0544321019, 0544321019. I would love to hear from you. You can as well call me on 03039566641, 03039566641. If you have a question for Julian, feel free to call me or share with me, and then I'll get him to answer for you. We're streaming live on Facebook at ZFMGH and also on YouTube at Z Multimedia. You can visit these platforms and drop a comment there, and I'll read them for you. All right, Julian, let's continue the conversation. So you've laid off 35 people.
I didn't lay them off. People have gone on to do
other things.
Some have started businesses.
Right.
Some would say I laid them off. Yeah, some people did get laid off, but that's not how I see it. I see it as the world is moving, and I think it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Let me just chip in this. What could they have done to continue to work for you, even with the introduction of AI?
There's some things that, and this is the harsh truth, right? As AI comes into some organizations, if you look at your standard workflow, there are some things that are basic that humans are doing now that AI can do in a second. I used to be a product manager, and to build a product, I used to have to do a lot of discovery, understanding how to build a product. I used to write something called user stories. So I would write the user stories, and then the engineers will go and build the product based off what I've told them on my stories. It used to take me days to write user stories, sometimes 3 days for one app. It now takes me seconds on AI. Like literally, it takes me seconds. Now, the question is, as a product manager, have I lost my job? I haven't lost my job, but I've lost elements of my workflow, right? Maybe half of my job is gone. So I need to then find half of value that I can offer an organization. The question is, as AI is coming and changing how we work, are people going to be paying attention and learning how to use AI so that they can offer value to their employer? If they're not offering the value, there's nothing the employer can do. You can't expect somebody who can use ChatGPT, pay $200 for it, to be paying 5 people when the ChatGPT for $200 can do the work of 5 people. So a 20K salary it's gone, it's reduced. I'll just pay $200 and I'll get one person to manage the AI. You know, or the rest of these people can upskill themselves. They can add value in different areas of the organization and add value to me. You know, that's just how it is.
I see. So how can small business, so indeed, I mean, from what you shared, it looks like there are so many advantages. We can talk about productivity, effective, I mean, helping you work effectively and save some time and all of that. How can companies, or just before that, do you think Ghanaian companies are embracing it? How many companies here?
I think it's super early. You know, even for us, we've just built a new product that automates customer service, takes payments, takes bookings. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for companies to just use it. You know, so plug and play products that you can just embed, right? Without thinking too much, without learning too much. I think there's a big opportunity for entrepreneurs listening to this to build products that help Ghanaians or help Ghanaian business owners not to think about AI. They just want to use it. They just want to implement it in their businesses. There are thousands of products that people need to build to help Ghanaian businesses, you know. But the truth is that it's not currently, for some reason, it's not high on our agenda that there is an emergency. This is an emergency, you know, and every Ghanaian business needs to understand that it's an emergency. The moment we understand that it's an emergency, then people will start to change their organizations, improve their workflows, and just implement AI in everything that they do. And that's what we are trying to do. We're trying to get Ghanaian businesses and the government to understand that. When I say the government, I mean government institutions, people who work in the government institutions, to understand that, look, we can do this faster, more effectively, and catch up to other countries in the world.
I see. So we are not doing so much just yet.
Nope. We're not.
There's a lot we have to do. I
think it's a mentality thing. You know, we think, oh, it's AI. I don't understand it. It's happening around the world. It's not happening in Ghana. It's like it's happening to everybody, you know, and we need to see it as a necessity rather than, oh, it's just a tech thing. This is no longer just a tech thing. This is a life thing that's happening. It's a life thing, you know.
All right. So now let's get into our conversation proper, and talk about how we can use AI, so we don't lose our minds and all of that.
Absolutely.
So there's a growing concern that people are depending so much on AI that they are outsourcing their thinking, right? So you see somebody, you just get into, say, ChatGPT, enter a prompt, write me so, and then ChatGPT writes it. They just copy and paste it and all of that without thinking, without bringing their creativity on board. Do you share in that concern?
I mean, look, like I said before, ChatGPT is the basics. Now, we need to look at it this way. If you sign up to ChatGPT, I sign up to ChatGPT from scratch on day one, and you tell ChatGPT to write you an email, and I tell ChatGPT to write me the same email, we're going to have very similar emails. What is happening now is I can spot a mile away when somebody has done ChatGPT work.
Right.
I can see it. I think we can all see it.
We can all see it.
Right?
Yeah.
We know you don't speak like that. And we know you don't write like that. You know?
Right.
We can see it. What's happening now is knowledge is free. Knowledge is free. An MBA, PhD, whatever it is, ChatGPT knows everything. Right? So that value of, oh, I've got a PhD or I studied for 6 years to do, that's done now. Right? So if knowledge is free, the question is, where does our value come from as humans? Our value comes from what I call our soft power. It's our soft skills. It's our communication. It is our negotiation skills. It's our problem solving skills. And most importantly, it's our judgment. Judgment is what we get paid for, actually.
Right.
Your ability to make decisions in your unique way. If we all made decisions in the same way, there's no value. But if I make decisions in a different way and you make it in a different way, now we have different values. I may get paid different from you. So judgment is a big thing. Once you understand that ChatGPT and AI in general is just a tool. Everybody needs to be crafting their way of how they use it. It's like a calculator. Look at it like a calculator. We use a calculator to do the calculations for us for speed. However, we still need to understand maths.
True.
We still need to apply the number that it gives us on the calculator to whatever we are calculating.
Yeah.
If we don't understand maths, any number that the calculator gives us, we'll use it for whatever, and problems will arise.
Yeah.
However, when a calculator gives you a result, you can see, you have a feeling that this is right or this is wrong. And sometimes it gives you something and you do it again.
You do it again, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what is happening with ChatGPT. However, right now, because we are so excited, because it's so new, people are taking the results from the AI calculator and just using it without thinking.
And that's a problem.
Big problem. We need to slow down. Whatever it gives you, you need to look at it, think about it, read it again, rewrite some of the things to make it yours, because it's just a computer. All AI is doing is taking historical data from the past and from everywhere and predicting what you may want. That's it. It's not doing any magical thinking. It's not intelligent. It's just calculating all of the things from the past and predicting what you would say. So it's not right. So we need to think. We still need to think. We still need to use our soft skills. So, for example, if I'm doing a speech somewhere, I'm going to speak somewhere at an event, I can use ChatGPT to help me with the main points that I'm going to speak about. But when I get on that stage, I still need to perform. I still need to speak.
Right.
I still need to wow the crowd. I still need to, speak in different tones and stuff like that. AI is not going to do that for me, So all of a sudden, our soft skills, the soft power that we have, is going to become more relevant than ever. So you'll find that kids and people who can public speak, who can sing, who can be creative, who can do what you do every day and come onto the radio and speak and give us a new perspective, these people are going to be the most valuable. But if somebody like you uses AI to plan your show in a very good way and even plan the next 5 shows or plan the next show for the whole year, all of a sudden you're very organized and you can speak and you can, you're becoming more valuable.
Right.
So that's how I see it. And that's what it is. The people who copy and paste ChatGPT are going to be the least valuable people in this world, right? It's just that right now it's brand new, so we are all excited. But like I said before, it's becoming apparently clear who has used ChatGPT and who hasn't.
Yeah, I think these days anybody can tell.
Even for example, spelling mistakes. We've come to a point where AI has, like, if I want to see that somebody has written something, a human has written something, I'm actually looking for some spelling mistakes or some grammatical mistakes. But if it's too perfect, I know AI did this.
And there are certain words that the AI uses, and you know that this
don't speak like that. And there is ways in which we can use this in a better way. I'll give you an example. I've uploaded books that are related to myself that I read, articles and things like that. I've uploaded it into my AI. I mean, I'm using the high tier on ChatGPT and other tools, but I've uploaded them in there so my ChatGPT understands the type of person that I am.
Okay.
I've also did something called a tone of voice, right? I've told ChatGPT how I want it to write, to speak. I want it to be like myself. And I've been crafting it. So now if I say I want to write an email for me, it's going to write like me.
Okay.
I've done little things like I've uploaded my chats from my WhatsApp into my ChatGPT so it can learn how I speak. There's little things that I'm doing to make my ChatGPT or my AI personalized to me. Right. And these are the things that we teach in our programs, and these are the ways that people need to learn how to use AI.
I see. So we see a big problem there with a lot of people just taking everything they find in there. Now, comparing it to the calculators, like you talked about, the thing about calculators is that we use it for the bigger numbers. Even though some people ordinarily maybe 15 plus 5, they'll still go and enter that. But we still do the thinking for most of our calculations, for most of the things that are basic. Absolutely. And then the bigger numbers that have some complications, we want to use that. I think that is how we should be using ChatGPT too.
Absolutely. Perfectly well. And so when you look at children, I've got a son. My son, I want him to really understand maths. He really needs to understand maths. I need him, because on a day-to-day basis, we use maths every single day. And we kind of knew this before, right? So if you think about 5-6 years ago, you go to university and you learn some things and you're like, I've not used algebra since I came out of school. I don't remember the last time I used algebra for anything, but basic maths, I use it all the time. I use it to calculate time. I use it to calculate money. And so, yes, our basic understanding of maths is super important. Super important. Our basic understanding of everything is super important, because if you don't have the basic understanding, again, AI will tell you something and you don't know if it's right or wrong, but you just take it.
Yeah. That's true.
So it's super important that as Ghanaians, we understand the basics and then we learn how to use the tools for our good.
What are some of the signs that shows that somebody is overly dependent on AI?
So I can speak from an organizational perspective. If I give somebody a task to do, they come back very quickly. They've done the work very quickly. And again, they've used ChatGPT. They've not thought about it. I can tell instantly. And it also goes back to, do people understand why they are doing things or how they've done things, right? If knowledge is free, which it is now, if I give you a task and you come back with work and now I tell you to explain what you have done and you can't explain, there's a problem,
Okay.
Because that means that I don't need you. I need AI. And that's what we need to understand here is use AI as a tool to learn, to understand. You can literally, it can give you one sentence. You can reply back explain.
Yeah.
It will
Break
explain
down,
it again.
Yeah.
You can say it to me. You can say, break it down again. It will break it down again. You can say, teach me like a child. It will teach you like a child. It can give you a raw understanding of things, so that when it's time for you to go and explain it to somebody else, because you've been speaking to it in a good way and you've been breaking it down, you can now go and explain it to someone.
Yeah.
And again, that's where your value will come. You know?
Yeah.
So I think now we have millions of MBAs and bachelor's degrees at our fingertips.
True.
Do you have the mindset to learn? You know, to study, to put in the hours and study? There's no excuse anymore. Zero excuse. You know, you can learn from YouTube. You can now learn from ChatGPT and Gemini and all these things.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. No excuse. So again, we're going to see the value of people who use these tools in the right way, and people who are trying to cheat with the tools and they think we're not going to notice. We will notice. Yeah.
Right. But so how do I know if I'm becoming overly dependent? I personally, how do I get to know that I'm becoming overly dependent on the AI?
You feel it. So there's even me, right? There's some times when I will use AI and I'm thinking, nah, I don't understand it. And this is too easy. When you get the answer too easily and you really don't understand it, that's when you're getting over reliant on it.
Right.
You know, you need to go through the process of really understanding what you are getting back from the AI, and how you're applying it into your life. But also, you will also feel as though your mind is not really working. Yeah, you're not really being creative. You're not really, and this is not for everybody, by the way. What we are discussing is not for everybody. Some people are going to be happy that they are over reliant on AI. This is not for everybody.
Okay.
As a creative, as a high performing person, you will feel, I'm not thinking. You know, if you're an author, if you're a writer, you will feel, nah, I'm not thinking. It's doing most of the work for me. I need to do more. If you're a designer and it's just designing for you, you're going to be like, wow, like, bro, I'm not designing anymore. If you're an engineer and it's writing the code for you, to be fair, engineers are going to be affected the most. But if the thing is writing the code for you and you're no longer going through that process of writing code all night, engineers like to write code in the night.
Yeah.
They're not doing that anymore. You know, they may feel like, wow, like, what do I do now? You know, I'm over relying on this thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not for everybody. I think it's high performing people that get that feeling of, I'm relying on this thing too much. But then it goes back to, if you look at various different types of roles, so junior roles, mid-weight roles, and then senior roles. Junior roles, unfortunately, are going. Because again, the AI can do it basically, right? The midway and the senior roles are for higher value people who are using AI in the right way, and can still offer organizations value. People who fit into the category of junior roles need to upskill. They need to learn how to use these things better so that they can.
Sorry, by junior roles, which roles are you talking about? So that anybody who is listening to us will get to understand it better.
I'm talking about. This is what I think. This is what I think.
Okay.
I think now, and I also think this is why there's a problem, is in a country that the majority of companies have implemented AI. When somebody finishes university, that entry-level job is no longer needed, right? That's the harsh truth. However, more opportunities are coming, right? So the entry-level job is no longer needed. However, AI is there for the entry-level people who have just finished university to use. The opportunity is massive to use AI and create mini products. When I say mini products, I mean you can productize yourself. Right, so I can be a marketing manager, and now because of AI, I've just come out of university, but I understand AI. I can productize myself, julianowusu.com, marketer. This is what I do. I also come with 6 AI agents, and I can fit into any organization, and I'll charge you 5,000 cedis. We will improve your workflow by 3x of what you are having now. That's the opportunity we have today. Literally today. People can come out of university now, create their own type of AI agent and productize themselves. They come as a mini company and fit into small, medium-sized businesses in Ghana and offer them more value than they are getting today. That's the opportunity we have today. Or people will finish university and the junior roles, the entry-level roles will be gone, and they'll complain and say, oh, there's no jobs. There's no this. Oh, we can't. Oh, and they'll sit at home. And instead of learning AI, they'll be sitting at home. You know, that's what's going to happen.
I see. Let's talk about ethics and all of that. But just before that, so how do I personally use AI? I know we've spoken about it bits and pieces. Let's pay attention to this now. And I think that's a meat of our conversation.
This is what I'm teaching in my program. But look, at the very basics, let AI understand who you are, right? So at a very, very basic level, you've got ChatGPT. Create a chat for your personal life. Tell AI about everything about your life in that chat. Create another chat for your daily planning, right? Create another chat for writing emails, you know? So create various different chats for your own personal workflow. You can have a chat for nutrition, what you're going to eat, if you care about what you're going to eat, and literally put in the food that you have in your fridge, the ingredients that you have, put it in there. What can I make? It will tell you what to make, right? So
but isn't that we are sourcing our thinking?
No, it's you becoming more productive as a person. It's you literally on a personal level. You are becoming more productive. You are getting infinite information that before you would have had to have paid for. You're getting it for free.
Okay.
Now,
so where do we draw the line?
There's no line to be drawn. The world is changing, and maybe in 10 years' time we can think about where to draw the line. But it's important that we stay present to what's happening today. Yeah. If we think too much as to what we're going to do in the future, we will miss what is happening right now. So it's important that we just stay with the flow. It's happening. There's a revolution happening. We need to understand what we do now. If you look back years and years ago, before there was cars, there was horses. But when cars came, we had to create new roads. Mechanics had to come from nowhere to sell new parts. So various different new mechanic shops were all being created. There was a revolution happening so that we can understand how to use cars, right? If we were thinking in the future of, oh, what are we going to do when the flying cars come? We would have missed the whole, what was happening. So let's not think too much into it. Let's just focus on how do I use it now to make myself more productive and think faster and do things quicker. That's it. For now.
And I think that's all the world is really about, or maybe major part of the world, because everything is about how can we do things faster? How can we do things better, more productive, be more effective? And you're talking about horses. Yeah. You can travel. I mean, back in the day, you travel several miles. I mean, I wasn't there, but I've read several miles. I mean, and take days to be able to get there. Now you go with a car and you're able to do it. Then there's the airplanes and all of that.
Absolutely.
And so we need to. So you're saying there's no line to draw. Oh. We need to merge the two. Yeah. And
there's a revolution happening. What you just explained with the horses and the cars, that was technology back then. Yeah. True. That was technology. The horses was technology. Now this is our technology. This is where we are now. And so, for example, if it used to take you a whole night to plan for a show, now it will take you a few seconds. Yeah. Take you a few seconds. Now you can go sleep, you go and do something else, spend more time with your family, but you still need to come and perform the next day. So you're not going to say, oh no, this thing is too fast. Like I don't want to use it. I want to do the work. No, you're not going to use it. Use it.
Okay, so let's talk about ethics now. So there's a lot of buzz about ethics in AI. I mean, from plagiarism and misinformation to privacy and decision making. Do you think there should be some ethical boundaries for how AI is used?
Look, years ago, just when I was a product manager building tech, there was things that we could build, and because we could build it, didn't mean we had to build it. So ethically, I had to ask myself, just because I can do it, should I do it? And the answer could be yes or no, right? it's the same thing with AI. It's brand new. There is going to be, this is the truth, there's going to be fraud created from bad actors who are using the platform. There will be. People will find smart, fraudulent ways to steal people's money, right? The bar at which fraud has got to is now higher, right? Because now they've got infinite intelligence.
Yeah.
But as the bar gets higher and the fraudsters get smarter, security and protection and regulation also gets smarter and it gets tighter. So it will level up. In terms of ethically, is it ethical for me to speak to AI about my personal relationships and stuff like that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it is. But at the end of the day, it's my AI. I can speak to it how I want, So,
but is it yours?
It's mine. Look, if we're going to think about data and our data being stolen by people and stuff like that, it's gone already. Like our data online, if you're on social media and whatever, your data's done. It's gone. So we're past that stage of, oh my gosh, Meta and these people own my data, and they own it already. They already own you, right? And so ethically, it's a brand new solution. It's a brand new way of working. It's a brand new way of life. And so there are going to be some ethical considerations, especially if you're a government institution. If you're a government institution and you're using these tools, pick a tool that protects the organization. You can do that research, right? I know some tools that you should use that you shouldn't use as a government institution. Set some rules in place in your organization. But again, you have to be transparent. As a CEO, you have to tell your people, use AI. You have to say it. If you say don't use it, they will use it. And if they use it behind your back, they're going to be uploading documents and saying things to the AI that you don't know about. Okay. But if you say use it, but then use it in this way, now you can control it. Now the ethical risks have reduced.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes our parents say, oh, don't do this, but they don't tell us why. And because they don't tell us why, we want to go and do it. And that's how AI is going to be. So I think it starts from a leadership perspective. When you think about ethics as leaders, as CEOs, what rules are you putting in place? If you don't put any rules in place, don't complain.
What are the kinds of rules that the CEOs can put in place?
You can say, number one, yes, use it, right? Do XYZ work in there. However, don't upload any confidential information in there.
Okay.
It's confidential stuff. Don't upload any confidential information, or don't share. If you are going to upload something that's highly classified, do not share the details of names on your thing. So edit a document out, take away all the names, all the addresses, maybe some of the figures, and then upload it. So now the AI has an agreement that it could be from anybody, but if I put the people that I'm negotiating with their names in there, then that's a ethical risk, So there are many things that you can put in place.
I see. Well, so we've talked about how to use AI wisely. Now, apart from aside the machine learning, the AI things that we are seeing, I know that there are things that AI cannot replace. What are some of those things?
AI will never replace the way we feel. It will never replace our judgment, like what I think. What does Julian Owusu think about this? AI can never replace that. AI can never replace our connection, our human connection. I'm here with you, and I come in here and I feel your energy. Maybe I like you, or maybe I don't like you. There's some people that you meet and you don't like, or there's some people that you meet and you do like. AI can never replace that. AI can never replace how we deliver work. And when I say deliver, I mean, how do we, if I've come up with an agreement or contract and we are in a meeting, how do I explain what is in the contract? Because you can have something on a piece of paper, but real businessmen know that a deal is not done on a piece of paper. It's done because, again, there's interaction. and they trust me, they like me. You know, that's how the deal is done. You know, so these things, these soft skills, anything soft, anything invisible, anything that you can hear that is invisible, AI is never going to replace. It can't replace it. You know?
Of course, critical thinking.
Your critical thinking, you know, your critical thinking. It's, you know, you may be given something on a piece of paper, but what do you think about it? You know, just because it says XYZ doesn't mean it's XYZ. What do you think about it? How do you break that down? How can you explain what this passage is saying? You know, or are you just going to take it like that? You know, your critical thinking on a matter now matters. And I would like to say something here on critical thinking. Culturally, as a people here in Ghana, we need to change, because you can be in a lecture room and the lecturer will say, has anybody got any questions? And nobody says anything. But I know there's questions. I know you have questions in your mind, but we don't want to put our hand up because we don't want to look bad.
True.
We don't want to look like we are going to ask the wrong thing.
Like, you didn't get this?
You didn't get it. Yeah, I've just been speaking for an hour. What do you mean? But that's the whole reason why we're there. And so, because we have that culture of, oh, me, I'm not going to say anything, it kind of limits our critical thinking. You know, now we're not looking at, if we look at something, do you have the confidence to say, I think this is wrong? Or are you just going to take the paper like that and then, you know? So I think culturally we need to change, because again, knowledge is free. It's unlimited, it's free. So the things that are going to be valuable is our critical thinking, is our opinions on things. Whether it's right or wrong, it's your opinion. You need to own your opinion, you know? And I think, those are the things that are going to be powerful for us.
Okay, all right. Let's say there are young people listening to us this morning, and you've spoken about being in class and all of that. What advice would you give to students or young professionals who rely heavily on AI tools for their assignments, for their work, maybe research and all of that?
If you're a student now, unfortunately, you're in a place that whatever you are learning, you're kind of learning it for no reason, right? Unfortunately, today, if you're in uni today, in the current curriculum, right, you are learning these things for no reason, because everything you're learning, AI knows, right? So just hang in there, finish your degree, just get the certificate and finish, right? But if you're a student today, again, I don't know how, if you're going to use AI now for your assignment, understand what the AI is telling you, edit your work, write it again, edit, understand what it's saying. Because if your lecturers are smart, they're going to ask you, how did you do this? Or why did you get to that? There need to be some changes in the universities where they are now asking questions with an assignment. An assignment can no longer be, we submit it onto the portal and it's done. You know, they're going to have to change. They're going to have to interview you with your assignment. Now we're doing interviews. We want to know how you did it. Yeah. So if you're a student, understand how you did your work, how AI comes with your work. Everybody's going to use AI. Every student is using AI now. We can't lie to ourselves and say they're not using it. Of course they're using it. Of course they are. Why would I want to stay up for 4 nights to write an assignment when I can do it in 10 minutes? Yeah. You know, of course I'm going to use it. So use it that way. But what I will also say to students now is spend hours in a day playing with AI tools. Spend hours on a day researching what AI is doing around the world, because when you finish your degree, what is happening in the world is going to be nothing like what you just studied. So you really, now you have your phones, don't use your phones just for social media. Use it to understand AI news, watch YouTube videos that are speaking about AI, because what is happening in the world today is going to affect your life. Even if you're on level 100 right now, I feel sorry for you. If you're on level 100 right now, you have 3 years or 4 years, the world is going to be completely different by the time you finish. But if you're on level 300 or 400, really pay attention to what is happening in the world, because the world you're coming to meet when you graduate, it's nothing that you have just studied. Nothing. Like absolutely everything you are studying, unfortunately, has no value. That's the truth, right? I am a person who likes education. However, the current educational system doesn't match up to what's happening in the world, right? I think schools right now, especially for primary schools and younger children, they need to be studying with AI tools, doing their work for 2 or 3 hours in a day. The rest of the day, they're working on their soft skills. They're working on the critical thinking, working on communication, their debating skills, their negotiation skills. I think that should be school. I don't think we should be going to 8-hour lectures and 20-hour lectures in a week, like learning about things that AI already knows. Like it doesn't make sense. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. And this is why I'm trying to spread the word, because again, there's so much opportunity to come, brand new schools need to be created, or schools need to change their whole curriculum. But like, somebody could create an AI academy today and make a lot of money. Today, that's a free business for anybody. You could create an AI academy for kids. Parents are already paying attention to what's going on with AI. And trust me, as a parent myself, I'm thinking, how is my son going to understand this? So if there's an AI academy or school out there, I'm taking him there. Every parent is thinking that right now. So that's a free opportunity for anybody. You create a small, rent a house and create a curriculum, AI academy, it will work. And there could be multiple of them, thousands of them in the country. And it will all make money,
Well, free business idea.
free.
Right, okay. Our time is up. We have to go, Julian. Are there any final things you want to say?
I want everybody listening to this, especially if you're in Ghana, to pay attention to what's happening right now when it comes to AI. Research, learn, study, spend as much time as possible using AI. Find workshops, find programs, courses, invest your time into understanding it, because the key here is for everybody to become valuable, stay valuable and become valuable. That's the key. It's how you're going to get paid. It's how you're going to feel fulfilled in your life, is when you're valuable. And so we all need to pay attention to what's going on in the world. It's not just happening in America. It's not just happening in the UK. It's happening right here to all of us. So I want everybody to pay attention. It's an emergency, but it's a nice emergency. It's a fun emergency. The world is changing. Like, it's fun. It feels like the internet has just come. It feels like, so let's embrace it and apply it into our lives.
All right, Julian, thank you very much for your time, and thanks so much for the insights you shared with us this morning. Really, really grateful that you came. All right, so Julian is the founder of Cactus?
I'm the founder of Cactus Talent.
Cactus Talent, and they are going across the country training people, young people, adults, students, professionals in AI and how to use it effectively. So it's been a very good conversation with him this morning.
Amazing.
All right, and thank you very much for listening to us. That's how we wrap up today. Very interesting conversation with Julian Owusu. And it's obvious that there's a lot we have to do. Don't overly depend on AI. You can use it for your work, you can use it for school, but make sure that you are learning the things that AI is giving you, not necessarily just copying and pasting. So that settles our conversation for today. And there are a lot of things you can do. If you missed any part of this conversation, please visit our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and X. We are ZFMGH, and also on TikTok and YouTube, Z Multimedia. It's been a very good conversation. Thank you very much. We are back again tomorrow for the midweek edition of the Business Breakfast on Z with me, Nietzsche Rebi Hammond. Well, until tomorrow, please, when you think Ghana, think Z, and see you. Bye-bye.